Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Come on and shout it. I talk, you talk, we talk. Women talk life. It ain't no surprise. Baby, you could see if you would open up your eyes. You won't understand if you can't open up your mind. So let's stop wasting time when women talk live.
And welcome to Women's Talk Live Overnights. I'm your girl, April J.
I'm SassyScribe.
And as always, we got pretty good
K
show
Elle
for
is
you today.
delayed.
Yeah, there she in the car again. Tell you.
She is on the grind, y'all. That's our grinding sister right there. That is our grinding sister.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So today we just gonna be talking about shit's getting real. We ain't know what else to say, but shit's getting real. So
Like my shirt.
yeah, I love
You
that
like
shirt. That shirt
See
is
that
nice.
shirt?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
okay.
I love it. I got it from Black Tees on Instagram. They're not sponsoring, but this is where I got the shirt.
Nice.
So,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. Cool. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Thank you. I got
All
another one
right.
too, but I
So,
can't wear that in public.
so we're gonna be talking about several things today. We're gonna get into the Diddy trials. The baby oil and all, and Alligator Alcatraz, which is a big thing right now about detainees and everything. Then we got actually another one that's actually something that Trump would like us to stop talking about, and that is the Epstein Files, which I think he is a part of. However, they always say nothing to see here. When they say that, it's always something to see. And some other stuff.
Yes.
But let's get into the Diddy trial.
Diddy.
Now, he had faced 5 felony counts.
I have him here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So Diddy had these 5 felony counts, right? But this is how the verdict came out. So count 1 was racketeering and conspiracy, not guilty. Okay. Count 2, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty.
Right.
Count 3, transportation to engage in prostitution, guilty. Count 4, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty. And count 5, transportation to engage in prostitution, guilty. What the hell does that even mean?
That means that he hired prostitutes and he took them on flights to different locations in order to have sex with them.
Right.
I like having
But
smart people with us.
The part about it is when his lawyer said that he's being convicted because of his EV charge. He was like, yeah, he knows he's domestically violent. If we were charged with that, we just go ahead and say, yeah, because he's violent. I'm like, how do you justify and use that as your defense to say he didn't do all the other things that he was accused of doing? I mean, I think it was a reach. I think they convicted him of the things that were justifiably proven within the court transcript. But yeah, anybody in the industry knew Diddy was dirty. So
Yeah, and I think this was more related to the freak offs, basically.
Right.
Yeah, everybody knew about these parties. Okay. And I think that's why they got him on the prostitution, because, he brought women to prostitute. Racketeering, when they did it, I really felt that was a huge stretch.
Okay.
Huge stretch.
Okay.
Because when you think of stuff like that, that's like
money laundering,
forcibly making these women come here. These women were not forced to come there. Everybody knew what the freak offs were.
I think maybe not forced, but I think, and I could be doing, going out on a limb here. I think they were incentivized monetarily. In some way, there was an incentive. With Cassie, because I saw a lot of men and women, She was a consenting adult. She was this, she was that. But if people don't understand domestic violence and how that works on a person's mental, and their mindset is to
Mhm.
please this person at all times, right? So that no backlash comes on them. Maybe a couple of them she was complicit in. But if you hide in Cuda Brown and out of your mind, you really don't know what you're doing when you are, your mind is altered with not one drug. This girl had everything in her system. Everything. She was probably in the act, but standing over in a corner watching herself in the act. You know what I mean?
I
Maybe
mean,
I'm
I
the
think
only
she
one
was
that's
just
ever been so
groomed
drunk
to
that I've
it
been
too.
beside myself looking at myself. Maybe it's me. I don't know. I don't know. But
First of all,
I,
she was groomed. A lot of her livelihood and things where she came from, like they said, she was promised a 10 album deal. He gave her one album. So from an artistic standpoint, she's trapped. That's how she made her money. That was her dream. And then you're in this situation that's bigger than life, where everybody around you is beholden to the person who's holding you hostage, essentially. And so
mhm,
I think a lot of the victimization of people talking about, well, why couldn't she leave? First of all, she was young. Think of how young and stupid. Well, I could personally speak to how young and stupid I was. The decisions I made when I was younger, I wouldn't necessarily make those decisions now because of foresight and hindsight.
right.
But yeah, well, she was victimized, and there's no, ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just because, like they talk about, and I hate to say it like this, but even when young boys, I'll use that as an example, are taken advantage of sexually and they ejaculate or they get pleasure from it, it's not because they like it, it's just a bodily reaction to, what's going on for them. So you can't attest that mentally, oh, they were all for it, they enjoyed it. No, that's just par for the course of what the human body does under those type of stimuli. So yeah, I feel sorry for everybody involved. It's
Look
just,
at
it's
look
a
at
hot mess.
I've been. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I'm good. It's a hot
Uh,
mess.
well, I've been looking at a lot of like YouTube clips, and a lot of Justin Bieber is coming up in my clips. And I'm literally sitting here in tears because every song that he recently made, and maybe it's not recent, maybe I'm not like a huge Justin Bieber,
A Bieber fan.
consumer, but I'm listening to these songs and the anguish and the hurt. And just you can hear this man is like crying out in all of these songs about his loneliness, about feeling adrift
That
in the
lonely
wind.
song, that one right there.
Oh my
That
God,
lonely
that
song,
lonely
that's
song
it.
had
Yep.
me in full fledged
Me
tears.
too.
I'm like, this man
Yep.
did, and if Diddy did what is allegedly being said that he did do, because I don't think Justin was in any of these court papers or these documents. It's
Mhm.
just hearsay. You know what I mean? It's the
It was
allegedly
Usher.
this, right. Well, Usher seems to be coping a little bit better than Justin. That's all I can say. And
I
I'm
don't
just saying I'm
know.
looking
Look at his
at.
love
I mean,
life.
I don't know, but you see Usher out here, he in the, he's having these concerts, he out here in these streets, roller skating, having a good time. Where you seeing Justice like in a corner and he's singing and he's sullen and it's sad. It's sad, and
Yeah.
people don't understand. And it made me think, what am I willing to do for my dream? How far
Well,
am I willing to go?
I think that's the thing, and even coming from that particular, well, being in that world, um, you see how artists are taken advantage of. A lot of them were. And there were a lot of things that happened that were basically kept quiet.
Hmm.
Because, nobody's going to say anything, but artists were taken advantage of. Um, and a lot of them were taken advantage by executives. Now,
Hmm.
the way Diddy was, I can't I can't say, I mean, I don't know for sure, but the same thing could have happened to him. And he just invoked
Right.
on what he ended up going through, because these things didn't start until after. I mean, like when he came out with Biggie and all that, like that wasn't the case when he first started Bad Boy. But then after Diddy died, and all
You
these
mean the
things.
party?
I do, yeah. The parties. That's when you start seeing the parties. You start seeing, and I'm only talking about because, like I said, I ain't gonna get into whole detail because me, I'm that ain't me. I ain't getting into details or anything like that. But there are certain things that happen in people's lives that we don't completely understand why they do the things that they do. For case in point, what's his name? Shoot.
Orlando Brown.
No. Damn. What's the guy? I can see his face, cannot think of his name.
Well,
Nah, it's the rapper. He was with Jay-Z all the time when he first came out.
Damon Dash.
Not Damon Dash.
Meek Mill.
Not Meek
Freeway,
Mills.
Memphis Bleak.
You know, he was married. He was married to Kim
Freeway.
Kardashian. What was his name?
Kanye.
Who?
Yeah, Kanye West.
Oh,
Case in
I
point.
said who?
Yeah. I couldn't think of his name. I mean, I'm like,
Yeah.
trust me,
I
yeah,
understand it.
it's been one of the mornings. But case in point, the first time I met Kanye West was with his mom. His mom was the one that grounded him.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she spoke,
He
he
listened.
completely was calm or whatever. And even sitting down and talking with her, she was the most sweetest person ever and was very encouraging, very nurturing, all of that. So when she died, I think that triggered something in him because now, if you think about it, after she died, that's when things just kind of, because he
His
no
anchor was
longer
gone.
had that person that grounded him. He no longer had that person that was able to calm whatever beast he had. And now he's just like, everybody's like, what's going on with Kanye? But I think if people really understood how the relationship between him and his mom was, you would understand where he is right now. And I mean, granted, I don't agree with anything that he does, but meeting his mom at the time that I did, I feel sorry for him because he's never ever gotten past losing his mother. And
So
I mean,
mom kept the lid on
we
it.
don't know why
Mom,
she was that way. And if you look at the documentary, she even the interaction between them two, you would see it. You would see it. So I mean, people, not that I'm condoning anything at
right.
all that Diddy did. I don't condone any of that. Was he a freak? Of course he was a freak. Okay. But I mean, he was. But I always try to figure out what got you to that point. Like you weren't born like that. You weren't like all that. Like what was it in your life that got you to the point that you are right now? And that's where I try to look at things.
You're so
I
nice,
think
April.
exposure is
No, I mean,
I,
because the only
I
reason
get it.
why,
You're
because
right.
I've
You're
been in
right.
that world. I've been in that world, and I've
And you,
seen the horrors that can happen to a lot of artists, and people are quick to jump on them and say, "Well, you did," but not really understanding all of the shit that they went through just to get to where they are. And sometimes that shit messes with you, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, and then you're like you said with Cassidy, if she don't get no help, do you think she's never gonna be that same person for when she came out? Never. Ever. And you have a lot of artists that are like that. And all I'm saying is that I'm not condoning what he did, but at some point you gotta think, what made him get to that point? Like, what made him so fucked up that he did this shit?
you like
well,
we
you
listen
know,
and we don't judge.
I noticed even like when we used to go out on location around, right? I dated a music producer, so when he would do go on location throughout the city and film a video, I could see how the lights and the cameras attracted a lot of people, right? And people think, oh, it's the people behind the mic that everybody's attracted to. No, they're looking at this dude over here that everybody is deferring to. So that's where everybody focuses their attention on. And when you get used to being the HNIC everywhere you go, that power begins to go to your head. You see what I'm saying? And I think Donda kept the lid on his crazy, because we are Geminis. We are Geminis. And I think that just that one part of that Gemini just kind of like ate the other one. And now it's just, it is what it is. It's doing, saying, and doing all of these crazy things because he doesn't have anybody that he cares about to check him.
Right.
The
He said,
rails
who
are
gonna check
off.
me? She ain't here now.
Yeah.
Because he was worried about what my mama gonna say. He
Right.
may not have said it to people, but in the back of his mind, I
Right.
can't do that.
Right.
My
Right. And
mama would
even
do
and even
XYZ.
right, and like I said, even when she spoke to him, it wasn't like negative or whatever, but it was in a certain type of voice or a certain type of calmness that you would immediately see his whole demeanor change. I mean,
Mhm.
He knew
completely.
how to read them.
Yeah, so it's like, so when I saw that, that's what kind of makes me think a little bit more differently, especially even being in that world and seeing how people are and seeing what people do and seeing how it's kept so quiet. I think that's where I get a little bit more understanding of, okay,
But did
some of these artists, it's like with athletes. I mean, you have Simone Biles who had to take a mental break because it was
Naomi
that
Osaka.
pressure, all of that, whatever. Like she,
the
but a
media, the
lot of
press, the
artists,
public
they can't do that. Like she was able to come back and whatever. A
kill
lot of artists can't do that.
it?
They can't do that. Like
Well,
they take a break and it's
Charlie
hard to
Wilson did
come
it.
back.
Charlie Wilson came back. Charlie Wilson was he
But
was.
it's not. But look at
It's
where
not
he
the same,
was.
but
It's
he was
not the
able
same.
to.
It's not the
But he
same. But
was
Look
able
at
to.
Cassidy. She could never come back to the point where she was.
Now
She.
here's a question. Here's a question, because I
Mhm.
got a bet on this. Do you think Diddy will be able to get back to where he was? Because I think he will. I
Oh
think he'll
yeah.
get a. I think he'll get a
I
banging
agree.
ass PR team. I
Oh
think
yeah. Oh
he
yeah.
will hire his
Oh, I
Olivia
believe
Pope,
that.
and
Yeah.
he will
I
get
think he's
those
gonna come out
brand
with a
deals back.
gospel album.
I don't think he's
Whatever.
gonna. I
I
mean,
think
but
he.
I think
I think
no. I
he will
do
be
think
able
so.
to rebrand himself and come back,
Oh
because in the
yeah.
grand scheme of things, ladies, we live under the patriarchy, and women in the grand scheme of things, from this to the Epstein Files to everything, we don't mean shit in the
Mhm.
scheme of things.
Right.
We're not protected, not just black women, but women in general.
Women
And
in
it's
Right.
sad
general.
that we have so many women that are willing to take that protection away from other women. That is,
Right. Right.
but that's a
The
great
handmaid's
segue
tale.
into that to the next topic with
Oh, the
RG3.
Epstein
And
files. Yeah.
no,
That.
RG3.
What about RG3?
Oh, the football player from the
RG3
Commanders.
and the Angel Reese, how he took
Yeah.
this guy on Twitter took Angel Reese's new NBA 2K image and put a gorilla face on it.
Oh wow.
And then RG3 retweeted it.
Really?
Yes. So we got, you talk about how people get to where they are. How did this black man birth from a black woman? I don't know if he was raised by his mother or not, but I'm gonna go under the assumption, and we know what that means. But I'm gonna go under the assumption that he was raised by a black woman, and yet his rhetoric, his negativity, his disparaging comments towards all black women, but in particular, Angel Reese. Angel Reese lives rent free in this brother's head. He's never said anything positive. You had Ryan Clark while on vacation in a Caribbean island, because you saw the blue waters in the background. He was in his room and he addressed it on
But
vacation
I'm trying to understand how RG3 retweeted. Like that is.
because it resonated with him.
But the
And they
thing
said, and
here,
they said the person that he retweeted it from only had like 800 followers, right? So now his Twitter account is probably
here's
blown
where
up from that.
here's where I'm coming from. I don't know if you ladies remember, but RG3's mom had a podcast on WPB Media
Yep.
when we were up in Baltimore
In
County.
Baltimore. Mm-hmm.
His mom did not play. So I can only imagine he got a phone call after that
But it
because
doesn't seem to matter because he's constantly being negative towards this. So regardless of how many phone calls he's getting, him and his white wife that he calls Milk, by the way, he calls her Milk and says that he has top tier milk in his life.
Oh wow.
So his trophy for his celebrity and his athleticism was to get this white woman.
I would like to
And I
talk to
think
his
this is his second one.
I like to talk to his mom and find out what's going on.
Yes,
I
please see
really
if we can
do.
get her. You got the connects.
I'm
See
because
if we can get her.
that is like uncanny. That's like crazy. I haven't seen it and I didn't know anything about it.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
But that's
It's
crazy.
disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. That's why I mean women don't mean, shit. So then we can go into the Epstein files,
Especially black women.
especially black
Um,
women.
Yes.
And it's
yeah.
even worse when you have a black man propagating some bullshit that somebody retweeted
Hmm.
and he took it and ran with it.
Right.
But that's a
I
matter
don't
of
think he's
self
trying to
hate. Like
remain
I look at
relevant.
somebody like him. I mean,
He
he's
looked like a
not.
gorilla his fucking self.
You
A
can't
That
silverback.
part.
tell me that you're not mad because of how the fact that you probably couldn't get that black woman that you wanted. And so you have issues with black women in general. Like, it's amazing how many times people who talk about all of our attributes that we look at as, attributes, it's all a negative thing until they can get it. Like,
But he,
our curly hair is a negative thing. Our round asses and, thick lips and, thick hips, then weight, like all of those things are beautiful, have always been beautiful. But it was configured as negative until they were able to get the enhancement that allowed them to have them, and then it's a
Hmm.
beautiful thing, and they created it, and it's them. And I think that a lot of times, with like where you go to school, what you're around, think of the colleges and with those boosters put in those rooms. They not black women just getting a degree in college and working at the local bar and grill. It's the pretty little blonde white girls that they're there to have as entertainment and meet and greet the guys and so on and so forth. That's all they're inundated with. So it's not just, don't get me wrong, there's no right in anything that he's done, period, point
Right.
blank, the end. But I think that the self hate that he came with into that environment, like you were talking about before, that self hate that he came into that environment was emphasized through everything else he's been through in terms of his college career, in terms of his NFL career, so on and so forth. So yeah, and it's not like she's a cutie pie anyway. Like, don't. I guess I shouldn't. I'm trying
but
not to do that anymore.
but
But we all know.
Here's my thing. If you have this issue with all black women, I wonder what type of issue you have with your own mother.
Does he
Because
have sisters?
yes,
Okay, so I mean,
so
he was raised by a black woman, surrounded by black women.
in
What
a
was
black
it about
household,
us?
with two black parents.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
I'm trying to
there's something
understand.
going on up here with him. There's
Yeah,
something going
like
on up here with
yeah, it
him.
It's
has
not a
something
matter of
that
him
has something to do
choosing
with
one. It's the
him.
negativity he gives to us. That's the issue. It has
Right,
nothing to do with
right,
him choosing one. You love
right.
who you love. You pick who you pick, but pick them for the right reasons. Don't negate black women because you think that this white woman is better. That's kind of stupid to me. Like, if that's who you love, that's who you love. But it doesn't say anything about me because you chose her at all, and you shouldn't make it a negative thing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll end up on trial for something with her.
Mm-hmm.
So
Regarding the
so
Epstein files. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
so
I didn't mean
yeah,
to take us
so
off track, but
this is another thing with the Epstein files. This is a huge topic among the Magna society, or if you want to call it that, or
maggots.
Magna
Yeah,
community, or
they're the
whatever.
maggots.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
the
Yay! I
maggots.
like
That's
that.
The
funny,
maggot community.
hilarious.
Maggots.
Yes, but it's a
Um,
bad thing. It's a bad thing for the MAGA community
yeah,
because
because it, Trump, because they're talking about they want Bondi to step down, and he's trying to say, hey, listen, no, she's doing an amazing job. and we should all, you know, stick together and there's nothing going on. And then Cash Patel wanted to also send something saying that now he was one of the ones
For
who,
10 years, he talked about these Epstein
yes,
files. For
exactly.
10
And now all
years.
of a sudden you're saying that there no conspiracy theory, there never was. And, you know, now all of a sudden, you know, he's happy to work for Trump and whatever. I said, why don't they just say this can't come out because
Because
Trump is
Trump is
all
in it.
over it?
Trump is all
There you
over it.
go.
All over it. And if
Listen,
it's not real, they need to release Ghislaine
Right.
Maxwell.
And
Because
I think
if
it's
you
not
look at it,
Trump.
all those men, she's the only one in jail out of all of those men.
Right.
Again, women aren't protected.
Right. And here's the thing, I don't think it's just Trump. I think it's a lot
Oh,
of people who
oh hell yeah.
that
Titans of
he can't
industry.
afford to piss off.
Titans. I
And
bet the Koch brothers in there.
oh, it's a lot of people in there.
I mean, it's the titans of industry. It is the heads of state. It's some of these people over here in the Middle Eastern, these sheiks that are giving them money. It is a lot of people, like you said. It's the money. It's too much money on this list. Because
Right.
2 weeks ago, the list existed according to Pam Bondi and Carolyn Levitt.
Right.
And then a week later, there is no list.
Right.
Which we know you're lying, which is
Right.
why the MAGA base is so pissed.
Oh, they're
because
pissed.
that was their meat, was the Epstein files. And then they asked Democrats, well, what if Democrats are on it? They said, release it. We don't give a shit.
Right.
Democrats don't give a shit because we eat our own anyway.
Exactly.
Republicans don't eat their own. We eat our own.
Mhm.
So if you're on the list, oh well. But I can tell you who ain't on the list. Obama, Biden,
The one they said made the
Harris,
list.
Exactly.
the ones
Hillary
that didn't
Clinton.
make the list.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But Trump, you see, you can go back to pictures. If you can just Google Epstein and Trump, and they haven't scrubbed the internet yet, so I'm screen shooting everyone that I see. But you have all of these pictures of him and Epstein palling it up, buddying it up, face to face, got their heads in these nice little,
Of
deep
course.
conversations. Yeah.
I mean, his buddy
yeah.
was the one that brought it up. I think that's what really kind of pushed it to the front for. I mean, his buddy brought it up in a tweet.
Well, I mean, listen, Musk is full of shit too. Because if you was really as petty as your bitch ass say you are, you would have just released the witch McCall. I want Anonymous to put this shit out here. I want the WikiLeaks guy to get that shit. They're hackers. They're used to doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Stop teasing us and put the shit out there.
Right.
I don't give a shit who's on the list because I know with every fiber of my being that Trump is all over that list. He raped those women. He did all of that. He did all of that.
I mean, yeah, of course.
But like he said, he could shoot somebody in Times Square and not go to jail. And the part that disgusts me,
but see,
and I'm
this
sorry,
is
I know we on a time thing, but could we please address the Liberian president and Trump and how well he spoke English?
And English is their national.
Get the fuck, yo! I'm so done.
Language.
Like, where did you learn to speak like that?
Said it like he said it like he was genuinely giving a compliment. I'm like, you imbecile. Oh my God, I've never been so embarrassed.
But that's how this is what we got to understand. We are here in this space and time because we had a black president for 8 years. Period. This is why we're here. And it used to be like 2050 that the white race would be the minority race. Well, they moved that up to like they moved it up 10 years to like 2050, 2040. Where the white race is going to be the minority, and the irony of what's going on.
I think they're minority now.
I think they are too, which is why you have them saying that Speaker Mike Johnson said that every able-bodied woman's duty is to have a baby and produce an able-bodied American. And I posted to my Facebook page, blacks, Latinos, Asians, all of y'all Muslims, that ain't for y'all. That ain't for y'all. That's for white women.
Right.
The problem is white women like having sex with everybody but white men. And that's the problem. That's the problem.
Right.
That's the problem. Leave it up to Stephen Miller. He said it would only be 100 million people in America, all white. So you poor white folks, y'all niggas too. You didn't realize it. You're not even on the same wavelength as these people. They don't give a shit about you. They're about to
Of
make
course
you go
not.
pick blueberries for $8 an hour and tomatoes for $3.50 an hour. Whatever. And the other thing about that alligator Alcatraz, girl, you got me started today. And I know we running out of time.
Yeah. So
Whew.
real quick, because
Mm.
I do wanna talk a little bit about that. Because I think a lot of people don't understand. So it's located in the Florida Everglades. It's
Mhm.
50 miles west of Miami. It's surrounded by alligators, pythons, and other wildlife. It features 28,000 feet of barbed wire, 200 plus security cameras, 400 security personnel. It can detain up to 5,000 detainees. And the operating cost alone is $450 million
Is that annually, monthly, weekly? Is that
annually.
an annual
Annual
budget?
budget is
This,
$450
it's
million.
But
and
Medicaid getting cut.
and people keep calling this place a prison. It's not a prison. These
Mm-mm.
people aren't getting due process. This is a concentration camp. And I thought about this morning. Imagine, just think about this: the way to shut down Alligator Alcatraz, the coalition that could shut this shit down, the Jewish community. What if they started going in these Jewish communities? Don't tell me somebody in that community has not overstayed their visa. They lived through, some of them, they remember, they never forget the Holocaust. Start rounding up them Jews and see how fucking fast Alligator Alcatraz are closed. They don't give a shit because it's blacks and browns down there.
You know what? I
The
to
Jewish
me,
coalition is the largest coalition, is the most, what's the word that I'm looking for? The transformative coalition that gets shit done and shit shut down. Period.
now,
Period.
he-
One
he-
Jewish person would have that bitch
yeah.
shut down.
Here's my thing, and I gotta take a little detour a little bit.
Go left, as we say.
Right, go left. These are what these motherfuckers voted for. Okay? In Florida, South, all of y'all didn't think it was gonna happen to you. You thought that if you voted for Trump, you were exempted. Now
Yep.
look at where you at. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the shit you voted for. So I'm sorry, I feel no sympathy, none.
None. None.
Now, did you guys
But
see
I
the
will say
Hispanic?
black people need to
Was he
stay
a
ready.
senator?
Of
The
course.
black wasn't. I'm sorry. The Hispanic senator or congressman who was yelling about the fact that I thought we were friends and we eat together, and now I can't see my brother. You're gonna deport my brother. I'm like, dude, what part of they were using you is not paramount in your head? And he's really acting like they were his friends. Like, how stupid can you be? But
You're
that's
not wealthy
because
and you're not white. You don't fucking matter, yo.
Hmm.
They used y'all, and now you want to go around and say you regret it. Black people, black women in particular, as the old people say, took and told your ass
Hmm.
what was gonna happen.
But they told them what they were going to do. Here's the thing: they told you what they were going to do, but they just didn't think it was going to apply to them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit just got real.
Shit just got real.
to somebody else.
They
That's
got
all.
Right.
real.
All right,
Oh,
so we're gonna end that there. But last week's
that's our
poll, we
poll
talked
question.
about feminism.
Ooh,
So our question was, do you consider yourself a feminist? And I think what we have is about 44% globally
wow,
identify themselves as a feminist. And
that's low.
53% of Gen Zs consider themselves feminists.
That sounds
And
about right.
in the US, 60% of women identify themselves as feminists.
Okay.
Well, Gen
Yeah.
Z identifies they got too many categories now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're feminists.
Yeah. Right. It's yeah.
Yes, they do.
All
Yes, they
right,
do.
they got a
What's
lot
our
of
poll
freaking
this week?
categories.
All right. So our poll this week is, do you think that the Epstein Files exist?
Can I vote? vote.
It's
I
simple,
can't vote.
yes or no. So yeah.
Yes.
I think they do. I
I
really
do.
do.
I
I
think they
think
do.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
they
they
I
do.
know
do.
they. I
And
believe it.
the Trump administration is full of shit. Like I
Yeah.
said,
Well, I
shit
didn't know
gets real.
that part.
All right, y'all. My final thought for today to kind of sum up everything that we talked about today. And this is a quote from Dan Rather. I thought it was hilarious. Americans will put up with anything provided it doesn't block traffic.
Wow.
I loved it. I loved it.
Yes.
All right, y'all. This is Women's Talk Live overnight with your girl April J.
Your girl Sassy Scribe.
And this KO Boogie.
All right, y'all. In the
I want to
car.
off. I'm getting off the phone.
See
KL
y'all.
girl, you got that delay.
I hear
See
you
y'all.
last. I'm sorry. My bad. All right, we're going to get
All
this
right.
right.
See y'all next time.
Peace.
Women talk, women